Right, so one more Blitz game here. I'm trying to get this recording thing right. The video or the desktop recording quality was kind of fuzzy. I think maybe it was because I was using a non-standard resolution. So I switched to the standard 720p resolution. Hopefully that will help. Okay, so we have like a modern defense, and with c6 and d5, and he goes f6, I guess aiming for e5. Looks extremely strange to me. Don't really see the how he can do it. Okay, so he goes e6. That was his idea. But this is all very loose, like the squares around this king. And h4 is coming, trying to soften up his king side even more. King f7. It might look like a safe square, but it's really not, because after h5 this is just not a happy king. I don't like see exactly how I'm gonna break through with a checkmating attack at the moment, but I'm pretty sure it's gonna come. I'm not sure if trading rooks is really the way to go, but I pretty much have a good position anyway. Of course, it's tempting to just try to break open everything. I think I need this bishop into the game. It's still, I think it's a light squares I'm gonna break through on, like f4 and f5 potentially. Potentially, not it's not guaranteed by any means. It's also tempting to just go e5, aiming for knight h3 to a g5. Okay, let's try this. Obviously he wants to go knight c4, or maybe flick in b4 first. And now I'm actually trading off that light squared bishop that I was talking about, but he has all his pieces on the back rank. That just can't be right, you know? My pawns, perfect. They're coming to get him. So next, I guess my move will be knight f3. I still don't see exactly how I'm gonna just seal the deal here. Maybe knight f3, then rook h1, queen h2, infiltrate on the h file once that it's now that it's open. Yeah, he has his counterplay on b2. That's clear. But he only has two pieces attacking, so I think I can allow myself to just do this. Play b3 and pretend like his attack doesn't get anywhere, which may or may not be the case. So here, usually white takes back with a c-pawn in these situations. It's usually more safe, because then the queen protects along here, and a pawn gives some kind of protection on the a file. I can move my king to b2 or b1 and then play rook c1, stuff like that. So g5 perhaps. Then if he takes, I have knight e5. No. I think just my initial plan of rook h1 is strong. Probably. I have to be careful not to sacrifice too much here. Okay, this should be fine, I think. If he takes on g5, I can give him a check on e5. Bishop takes, f-pawn takes, and I have an open f-file against his king. And here, yeah, that's a kind of an annoying move. That's true. But now I have the E line, the E file to attack along. So one idea is just to go here, aiming for rook e1 and queen e3. And there's so many entry squares along this E file that he should probably collapse on one of them. And he's still not anywhere near mating me. Yeah, just gonna follow through here. Sometimes in Blitz you just have to find the plan and just follow through. Even in classical chess, that's very often the case. He's getting low on time. We are playing with increments, so it's not a total disaster. I just have to be careful once. Okay, so he leaves the attack on my c3 knight. But let's see here. Is knight e5 any? Is there any point in that? Could be. Okay, it looks like a safe move anyway, because I get to take on a7, I think. So queen b4, maybe goes queen b4. Then I have to go. No, it doesn't. But this doesn't look very good. I should win something, because rook b7 I can play queen takes a6, and there's no rook takes b3 check because my king is on c1, if you follow my lead. So here is sign. He wants to do a rematch. Let's do it. Arab. He goes for the delayed b3, Nimzo-Larsen or whatever. Usually against these kind of crazy sidelines, you just kind of play normal moves, and there's not too much to be worried about. I think here I already have kind of an active position. Strong center. This double pawn is not weak at all. And it's kind of annoying for him that he can't really move this knight because the bishop on b2 is hanging. So he has to play d4, I think. But then I can at least straighten up my pawn structure and probably follow up with c5. And that should be a pretty comfortable position for me. If he takes on c5, then I take back with check, which is kind of important. Or maybe it isn't, because if he takes right now, and then queen takes, he has bishop d4. But this doesn't look right. Am I not just winning a pawn? I don't mind trading off these bishops if I can win an important center pawn. Yeah, this is just very nice. And I have to be a little bit precise so I don't lose this pawn. On rook d1 I probably have to go rook d8, because on e6 he has c4, with some annoying pressure against my pawn. Have to be a little bit accurate. I guess his idea with playing rook f2 was to prevent the queen trade, which makes some sense. Now I can potentially do this. So if he takes on a7, I have a choice between taking on c2 or playing rook a8 and trying to regain the pawn on a2 instead. Yeah, but I can just take that. That was the point of my entire setup here, that the queen isn't hanging behind, so I can do this safely. And now it's just 2 pawns. Also threatening to exchange rooks. And also just, march my pawn down the board. Now I can also trade rooks. And this is, of course, a technical win. Knight g5, there's f5 at least. Can do that anyway. And I don't think this... He has an active king. That's sure. But he doesn't really get anywhere. I can just march over to the queen side if I want to. Yeah, that's okay. Probably a good idea to try to make a second pass pawn. His only chance, I guess, would be to play g5 there, although it shouldn't make any difference, objectively speaking. Okay, so maybe he can go and win this pawn, but I think this is more than enough. Yeah, because if he now ganks up on the d5 pawn with his king and knight, I just end up promoting my a pawn. So I think I'll stop the recording there. Not that much to analyze. Hopefully I can get some more Blitz games going pretty soon. So until next time, see you.